friends, welcome to the Jazz Ranch. Welcome and season's greetings. I'm wearing my red vest in honor of the season. I'm going to be playing an old hymn for you called O Come Emmanuel, but I'm going to be giving it a jazz interpretation. Now this hymn dates back to the 8th century. It was sung by monks on the final days of Advent. So it's an old Christmas song. I'm sure you know this. It's in the key of E minor. I'm going to play it for you with a jazz interpretation using pedal tones and reharmonization. So I'll play it for you and then I'll talk about it after. Here we go with O Come Emmanuel. Okay, welcome to the Jazz Ranch studio. I'm going to explain what I played on O Come Emmanuel, a jazz interpretation. Now, the original score has chords that are moving. It's a choral piece, so you have a lot of chords, a chord for every melody note. You have a G, then you have a C, an A minor, a G, and a D7. Then a D, and then a G, a C, A minor, B minor. So see, so it's moving, the bass line is moving quite a bit there through that scale. We're in E minor now, so you have one sharp and you have this scale, the natural minor scale. So you have A minor and there you have a B minor chord, you have an E minor, you have a C chord, you have a G chord, and so on. I reduced it down to just 4 chords and 3 bass notes. So I used the pedal tone concept. Now that means that I'm playing one note, an ostinato bass. It stays right on that bass note, right on that E, through the first, I guess, 6 or 8 measures. I have this. Now I'm harmonizing it in 6. So E minor, A minor there, E minor, that's a G chord there, but I'm just keeping the 6. Okay, so I started out, let's see, the first thing I did was E minor, and then did E sus. It's like an E minor and then a D chord over the E. So you get this pedal tone sound, it's just like a drone. You know, it creates a mood and it keeps you in suspension. You're suspended. You're in this zone, so to speak, which I think sounds ethereal. And that's what I was looking for. And then you have a contemporary beat underneath it with the backing track. Sounds very interesting, I think. It creates a mood, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm simplifying the chord progression. I'm putting you in a state of suspension which creates anticipation of what's going to come next. And what comes next after that E pedal tone is a D pedal tone. And then after the D pedal tone, it resolves to a G pedal tone. And then you go to the chorus in which it moves. You know, the chords move throughout the chorus. So, there you have the effect. Now, you want to download this score and follow along, but you have this. You have that moving bass and that left hand. Now D, sus to D, then D, then the G sus. That takes me now to the chorus, which is, I'm going to give it a jazz type of voicing, a 6/9 there, D 6/9, then a diminished chord to an E minor sus, C6, B sus, sorry, B sus there, E minor sus, C major, B, A minor, B sus, back to E minor there, and then the vamp again, E minor to the E over D. So you have this ethereal sound at the beginning, and then you have the movement forward on the verse, on the chorus. And then what I do next? Now I modulate up a half step and I start to play jazz chords. Now, how did I come up with these chords? I'm just using a chord progression that works over an F minor. I'm going up a half step from E minor to F minor. Now I'm playing the melody. I'm thinking that is all F minor. It's really C there. F minor to C to F minor. But I can play this bass line. Now the bass line is a descending line in the natural minor scale. So natural minor scale would be F minor, would be like an A flat scale. A flat major starting on F. So you got the 4 flats there, right? Okay, so you got, that's the descending. If you played a rising scale, you'd have the natural, you'd have the melodic minor with the natural 6 and the natural 7, or the harmonic minor natural flat 6, raised 7th, or natural 7th, harmonic minor, natural minor here. So that natural minor descending works. And then up here, so here's what it sounds like, the bass line with the melody. And then a turnaround, A flat, G, C, then the same bass line again. Works really nice. Now we're going to go to a 4 chord by way of a tritone substitute. B7, altered. Now we're on the 4 chord, B flat minor. Now, original song goes F minor to E flat, but I'm going to do this. Okay, so what did I do? Instead of going to E flat there, B flat minor to F minor to E flat, I'm going B minor to a G7 altered to C minor. You see? So the C minor replaces the E flat. It's the relative minor. So I can replace the relative major with the relative minor. Often, that's what I want to do here. To get a nice jazz sound. And then I change the C minor to a sharp 9. Then a progression, an F7 that's going to take me to an E flat sus. Now here the original chord was E flat, resolving to the key of A flat. But I'm not going to resolve to A flat. I'm going to go the E flat sus now. the E flat 7, and then down to a substitute for the E flat, often used, which is down a half step to a minor 7 flat 5, D minor 7 flat 5, and I'm going to alter it to sharp 9, because it's an earthy, bluesy sounding chord. Then down another half step to a D flat minor, ending up on a C minor for the chorus, which is just a substitute for the E flat. You know, it would have been E flat to an F minor, then D flat, back to F minor. But I'm using C minor, relative minor, then up a half step to D flat major. So it's more like a jazz progression. C minor to D flat, 6/9, then a G flat tritone substitute, dominant 7th to the F minor. D flat again. So it's functioning like a way you would play a blues in F minor, you know, with that D flat going to C. But instead of going to C now, I'm going to go to D flat to E flat 7, resolving to F minor. Original chord there would have been D flat major, B flat minor, C minor. So I'm just simplifying it and putting the dominant 7ths in there. I'm creating a chord progression that works in jazz, that sounds jazz, like jazz. And it's very dramatic because I can get these big sounding chords. That's what I'm getting now. Then the second time I play the verse, second time I play the chorus, I reverse it. In other words, instead of C minor moving to D flat, I do the reverse. So I go D flat. It works because the D flat's just a major 9, and the C is right there. So, and make it sharp 9 if I want. G flat dominant, F minor. Tritone substitute approaching the D flat. Then on the vamp I go D flat. Gives me more of a blues sound. I use the blues scale. Sounds like a minor blues, and I'm playing the blues scale. Pentatonic scale as well. So there you have an interpretation of an old hymn with a jazz interpretation, reharmonizing on the second chorus, modulating up a half step, so you have an arrangement, you have it moving somewhere, you're building the story. And I hope you enjoyed this. Write to me, please. Download the score, learn this if you like, compare it to the original hymn to see the comparison, and then we'll have a sign-off. Thanks for watching. Signing off from the Jazz Ranch. Thanks for tuning in. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, season's greetings, and all the best for the new year. And until next time, I'll say swing loose, and we'll see you next time around. Bye-bye.